What is going on guys, Mr. Who's the Boss here, and these are my best Android games of April 2016. So if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to smack that subscribe button. There's a ton more interesting videos coming. I've also got an ongoing giveaway of a bunch of really cool earphones, and here are just two of the current winners. So game number one is Rope Races. Essentially, you swing from one side to the other, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. It manages to somehow integrate online multiplayer into the campaign, so every single race you're against a load of other actual people, and that makes things a hell of a lot more exciting. It's a very Moorish game, and I found myself playing well into the night. The end goal is basically just to top the leaderboard, and normally, to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of those kind of games. I find them a little bit less exciting, but given the strong mechanics of the actual core gameplay, it's still a very compelling experience. The second game is Barrier X, and it has been a very long time since I've seen an Android game that has been this well presented. It has the slickness of a PlayStation 4 title. It's got a really high production value. The aim of the game is very simple. You stay alive, and that is much harder than it sounds. To give you some sort of bearing, it took me over an hour to be able to stay alive for 30 seconds. Game number 3 is called Dream Machine. And the first thing that might strike you is its familiar looking art style. It's very much inspired by games like Monument Valley, but it's got a little bit of a darker aesthetic to it. To put it lightly, this game is much harder. It plays on optical illusions and really messes with your head a little bit, but at the same time that makes it one of the most satisfying experiences I've ever had on Android, when you can actually solve it. Game number 4 is Smashy City. To be honest, there's not really much to it. It's a pretty simple game. It's definitely a casual pick up and play experience, and it's pretty obvious where the inspiration is from. But having said that, it's absolutely not a bad thing. The art style, to be honest, I think is pretty pleasing to the eye. You basically go on a rampage, destroy buildings to collect points, and build up a huge money multiplier. Using the money you've earned, you can then actually purchase new characters to play with, and they actually feel different to use. And it's quite nice how they've sort of sorted it into uncommon, common, and rare categories. That makes things a little bit more interesting. There's always the option to actually spend real money, but it never really felt like a necessity, although some of them can't be unlocked without. One thing I've really been lacking for a while is a solid tower defense game to sort of sink some hours into, and whilst it's not the most in-depth title I've played, Hex Defenders seems to do the job. It's got solid mechanics and is an interesting take on the original tower defense genre, but unfortunately there aren't too many things to unlock, so your gameplay, you're probably going to spend 5 to 6 hours before you get a bit tired of it. Anyway guys, that's it from me for now. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Mr. Who's the Boss. This is Insanely Cool Tech.